Here we are yet again. It's Monday. Nothing new. Nothing new to see here. How did we get here? How did we get to this point? Speaking as a black male, you see the video in the front of this video. It's been surging and floating around. And I asked this simple question. Why? Here you have a seemingly adult black male being walked in like a dog on a leash by a beluga whale that he's chosen to marry. And we can clearly see the dynamics between the two. I tell you guys, and I tell everyone when it comes to dating and picking a mate, if you try to get over, it is equivalent to digging a grave. If you dig one, you might as well dig two. What a lot of men tend to do when it comes to dating, and I'm noticing this now with the, I guess you could say, the quote unquote modern men. You can even see some boomer. You got the boomer men as well. When choosing a wife, a woman that you want to date seriously, most men do not go into these situations with the game plan as to what we're going to build together. Most men just go into it. She has a good job. She makes this. I make that. We're going to go 50-50 split. Everything is going to be okay. I'm going to have my man cave. She can have the upstairs, all that type of bullshit. Happy wife, happy life type of bullshit, right? Not knowing that a lot of women are just they're there for the wedding. They're not there for the marriage. They're not there to go through the bad days with you. They're there for the day that is all about them, which is the wedding day. In most cases, in today's time, in most cases, the woman has already had children. So that is nothing she's looking forward to. She knew what type of hell she went through with the first baby daddy or two, because, you guys like to get women on their third baby daddy, and you like to marry them when they have 2 and 3 kids by other men. It doesn't make any sense to me, but hey, whatever floats your boat, floats your boat. But the question is never asked, why am I here? What are we going to do with this union? What does this union symbolize? What does this mean? What are we going to be to each other, and what are we going to accomplish together? Men do not go in relationships with any type of game plan or agenda, but you best believe the woman does have an unspoken agenda for you. She does have an unspoken agenda for you and what you're going to do for her. Modern men nowadays have said, you know what? Damn, improving myself, to hell with leveling up financially, physically. I'm just going to get me one of these buffaloes who are dealing with self-esteem issues. One of these women who doesn't look at themselves as a baddie. I'm just going to get one of them and chill out. But I'm still going to do what I do. See, they use the slick card to say, well, I'm taking care of home. I'm coming home to you. I'm still going to cheat, and I'm still going to deal with other women. They're going to marry her for the financial assistance that she brings, for the in-house babysitter presence that she has when he wants to still kick it. But you can clearly see with this video that he's not going into this with any serious bone in his body. Because a lot of men, they pride themselves in getting married and having the big wedding as well, because marriage is a social currency to them also. You have some men say, yeah, me and my wife, we just gonna kick back. Yeah, me and my wife. He can't keep his hand out from showing his wedding ring. Yeah, because see, I've been married 42 years. See, I've been married 36 years. See, I've been married 22 years. See, they think that is a badge of honor, but when you look at, well, where's your wife? Oh, there she goes. You mean Nate Newton over here? You mean uh Zion Williamson when on his 42nd birthday? This is who you married to? Like this Oompa Loompa over here sitting on the curb. This is who you married to, or sitting on the bench. See, it's not who you it's not that you're married. It's who you married and why. Modern men have become the most weakest, most compliant, docile, go along to get along. I've never seen anything like it. It is, and I know it is out of survival. You know, a lot of men they just threw in the towel. They know this is as good as it's going to get. They're going to let the women, you know, get themselves educated, get into different fields, etc. And they think they're going to latch on the coattail of women by being a do-boy, by letting the women have their way with them. You have men even talking about sexual pleasures where the woman, she wants to know what it feels like to be a man. So she's trying all of these things on men. I think I may have told you this story. Well, it's story time. I had a woman, one of my exes, beautiful. And it's going to sound crazy, but she was trying to eat my ass. And I told her, never ask me that again, because that is nothing that I indulge in. That does not bring me pleasure. That is not something I'm willing to experiment with you with, or period. And she, you know, she got it. And she came back a few weeks later, I want to say. And she said, just let me try it. And what I noticed is that she was trying to break me. When you let a woman take control of a situation when it involves sexual pleasure that involves your ass, she's looking to treat you like a bitch. She looks at you like a bitch. A woman that respects a man doesn't ask him to do something to him. She asks him, what does he want her to do for him? She doesn't come with any recommendations that is outside of normal male and female interaction. But you see these men trying to make excuse and trying to make it permissible for a woman to play with your bottom, for lack of better terms. I'm going to try to keep it as clean as I can. He tries to make it permissible because he finds pleasure in that. So he tries to justify that it not being alphabet community like, when we know it's on the contrary, that is exactly what that is. But when women get to do this to their men, they get a sense of testosterone shooting through their body. They feel a sense of power because they are pleasing you in a similar manner in which you would please her. This is the modern man. The modern man has been dominated physically, financially, spiritually, all across the board. He has no moral code. He has no moral fiber in his body. Anything goes as long as he gets to get his rocks off. He'll accept any type of disrespect. He will allow his woman to present herself in any fashion, any way, for millions to see, thousands to see. We fell from grace, and it has been a crippling fall, and we're continuing to fall further and further and further, to where women, you have a woman, it's a clip floating around where a woman would say she will die starving with her child before she asks the child's father for something that he can provide to save their lives. It is the parents. The current generation that you see now, the current issues that you see now rest on the shoulders of the previous generation who let it happen. If you are a parent and you have a daughter and you see her daily activity, a lot of women are not going to speak on it. A lot of parents, they're not going to speak on their daughters or their children's behavior because it is a reflection on their parenting. But let him make it to the NFL. Let them get on TV let them become a celebrity, you won't be able to shut them the fuck up from talking about it. But when they see their daughters on Facebook and Instagram talking about how much dick she can suck and how much she squirts on her men, you can hear a rat piss on cotton from the parents. The parents are going to act like they don't see any of this. When you see the murders, you see these children in these gangs and shootings, etc., you don't see the parents sticking up as a whole or even individually. They act like it's not happening. So the current issues that are at hand, they rest on the shoulders of the previous generation of parents. Because the current generation of parents, you haven't seen anything yet. If you think you've seen something, I sit back and get your popcorn. If the Most High willing, you make it. You see the parents that are out here currently raising their children. Oh, you haven't seen anything just yet. If the Most High grants it and allows you to live a little longer, I say another 5 to 10 years, you're gonna see it's gonna be a whole different show. It's gonna be a whole different type of programming. And I always point it back to the men, because the men are the leaders. The men are the dominant ones, supposed to be the dominant ones. But they allow so much chaos to take place because of the mother, because of the weapons that the mother has at her disposal, the government, the police, child services. All she has to do is make up a lie and coach the kids on how to go along with it. And boom, he loses his whole family. He loses his whole family, his whole future, his current living conditions, all because of the mother not being pleased with his stance, because he did not have a stance from the gate. His horniness, his thirst for the box allowed him to be made a bitch. Yeah, baby, you could do anything. Yeah. Going into stepdaddy role. I got to get something. I mean, y'all know she got 2 kids, but fuck it, I'm here. Weak. All for the box. And people have it's trending because of the Kevin Samuels, the modern women, the high value, all of this. Modern men, in my opinion, are worse than the modern women, because the modern men is what made the modern women the way that they are. You have these men raised without a father. They don't know how to interact with women. They're going to do and say anything. They're going to adapt. They're going to say any and everything to get close to her, to prey on her, and vice versa. You have a bunch of men and women preying on each other, and in the midst, you have kids being born out of traumatic situations, and these kids tend to grow up and they roam around, and people are wondering, well, what's wrong with them? What happened, and why are they behaving in such a manner? Well, let's look at the household. What happened in that house to raise children to think and behave in the manner in which they do, to where these children grow up as an adult and they have yet to take a look in the mirror to say, I'm growing up fucked up. This is not the way that I should be behaving. I need to detox. I need to seek some therapy, professional, conventional, traditional, or other. I need to seek some type of help because I am a danger to my community. You don't see too many men and women having these type of conversations. Men specifically. Men just take it and they move. And the next person they see, they get the frustration. You have now within the last 3 to 5 years where mental health is now being a trendy topic. It is a more popular topic, and men are now seeking the therapy and the help that they need. So it seems, so it appears. One would think, because there's no more, I don't know how to go about it. The information is in your face. The information is in abundance on how to deal and cope with certain traumas that we have all experienced. But it's up to you to identify those traumas and to become a better version. It is a very difficult task to repair after you've been um, destroyed in a sense, after you have been broken down. It is hard to repair. It's hard to heal. Yes, this is a known thing, but it is rewarding and it is necessary, because no one is going to make it through this life unscathed. As far as the modern man, if you're a man in this current dating climate, this world, you need to be very cognizant of your surroundings and the environment that you're in. You need to be very aware and notice and pay attention to your dating behaviors, your dating habits, and the women that you're choosing to date consistently. I would advise to always go for the spirit, for spiritual comfort, a person that is not bothered in a sense. They're not, what's the word? They're not preoccupied. They have a calm spirit. That is what I will be looking for in the future when I choose to jump back in the game per se. Right now, again, I always tell men, take you a year or two and be selfish to yourself. Focus on your finance, your fitness, your mentality, your skills that will take you to the places in life in which you want to go. The moment you start to harp and play around and procrastinate on your future is the moment you will lose yourself. But you guys, let me know what you think about this video. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the Date Master.